Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning, Queen. Good morning, Highway Star. I hope everyone's having a wonderful morning already. I've been up since about 4 o'clock. I haven't had much sleep. So I will definitely be needing my coffee this morning. I'm good. I'm good. How are you, Highway Star? I'm a little tired, but that's okay. It's the weather here is 68 degrees and the high today is supposed to be 80, and it's so humid and damp outside. Um so it makes everything damp, and oh, you're tired too? Yeah, I didn't sleep too well last night, which, a lot of my nights go like that, so I'm pretty used to that. Good morning, Gina. Good morning. Welcome, welcome. I want to wait. I want to give a few minutes for some more people to come in before we really, get into the topic of today. Um, and I've been thinking about this topic a lot. And I've done some research, and so I think that this won't be the same. This won't be like let's just say I'll do this today and tomorrow. Hey, Savage Dave. Good morning. Welcome. This is something I think that we need to talk about and spend a couple of days on it, and that's how prevalent it is, especially today. But this morning I was reading the news and I wanted to talk about the power stations in North Carolina that had been shot up, and there was over 40,000 people without lights for several days. Some of them are finally getting their power restored, and um, that's good because it's hard. Yeah, it's hard to go without power. Most people are not prepared. Most people aren't prepared. But there's been some other attacks that I wanted to talk about. There's been some attacks in South Carolina. There were some gunshots near a Duke Energy substation, and there's also been vandalism and things in Oregon and in Washington that have left people without power. And so, good morning, Kaisa. So, this is something that even if you're not a big prepper or anything like that, at least prep for something like this. I want sit down and make a list of things that you would go through on a daily of what you would need if the power was to go out, and make it for up to a 10-day, let's just say, and have those things, in order. Go ahead and start buying them now. It may take a little bit. You spend a little here, a little there, and you build up your preps, and then you're ready for if something like that happens, right? And we can make it easy. Food, water, and shelter. Food, water, and shelter. Good morning, Harry. Good morning. Welcome, welcome, everybody. So, how's the weather where everybody's at today? How's the weather? I've got overcast and cloudy. It sprinkled overnight, and the humidity is high, and I've got shorts and a t-shirt on. I got my Janis Joplin t-shirt on. So this morning I read on the news that Celine Dion is canceling her European tour due to the recent diagnosis of a neurological disease that affects 1 in a million people, only 1 in 1 million people, and it's called stiff person syndrome. I was very saddened to hear this. She's only 54 years old. I've been a follower of Celine Dion's for years, and one of the side effects of this disease is losing your voice. And this is who this woman is her voice, and that's what like she said, that's who she is, and that's what she was made to do. So you've got sunny and 50, Highway Star, 43 and rainy, Kaisa. That's pretty cold. Foggy for you, Gina, 72. So we're kind of all over the place, aren't we? Good morning, everybody. So today we're going to start talking about body shaming. And today is Thursday, December the 8th. Gosh, we're moving right along, just flying through this month already. Christmas is right around the corner. And I have to be honest, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I'm ready as far as in gifts. We already know what we're getting for the grandkids, and that's what it's all about now, is the grandkids, and of course my son. But he's 32. He's a grown man now, and so it's not like he's a kid how it used to be. You know what I'm saying? I mean, things change as your kids get older. Your relationship changes with your children, and so it's a little different. But it's not like it used to be. And I mean, we've had so many people in our family pass, and so it's just not, whenever you have lost 4 of the most important people, in a family unit, really 5, then it's difficult. It's difficult to get in the mood to celebrate anything, much less Christmas. And of course, it is such a commercialized holiday anymore that people, they don't know really what they're celebrating, except spending all this money, going into debt, and buying things that in 2 months we won't even remember. And I'm not against, don't get me wrong, I'm not against Christmas. I'm not against gift giving. I love to give. What I don't like is the commercial part of it that everyone puts onto what the holiday is really supposed to be about. Okay, Harry, you said I love heavy-set women. Oh, yeah, everybody hit that like button. I can't see what's going on. I don't know how many likes we got, but you guys hit that like button. Let me put my banner up here. Welcome to Coffee and Chat with Honeybees. Yes. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about body shaming. And I've done some research, guys. I just want to let you know. I've done some research because I've heard a lot of this since I've been on YouTube for almost 3 years now. I've been to a lot of different channels that do this. And it always amazes me how many people are actually listening. And you know, it's kind of crazy actually, but people want to hear it. People want to hear it. It's a natural thing to want to kind of deviate to listening to somebody roast somebody, right? You know, especially if you want to have a good laugh or something at the expense of somebody else. If it's at the expense of you, you don't like that shit too much. Apple Snapple, welcome Apple Snapple. He was 61, smoked to the very end. Oh, Gina, yeah, I'm so sorry, honey. So today is one of those days that it'll always be, you know, the day that your dad passed. And believe me, I understand that because my son's date is coming up. Good morning, baby girl Wendy. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm just trying to keep up with the chat, you guys. Okay, so body shaming. Back to body shaming. Wow. Is this a topic that we can stay on for days, right? So I did some research, and, you know, it wasn't hard for me to find anything on YouTube. You can go to, obviously, I'm not going to tell you what channels, but you can go to many different channels and you can find people who are talking about people. And look, I'm not talking about, you know, making a dig at somebody here and there. I'm talking about literally going at somebody for their looks or for their religion or for their height or their weight, their teeth, the color of their hair, whether they wear a hijab or not. You know, these are the things that I'm hearing and seeing. And yes, Chris was so funny this morning, Sue. Good morning, Sue. Welcome. What was I saying? I'm sorry, I get kind of thrown off, y'all. Thank you, honeybees. It's about time. Finally made it to one. Yes, girl, I'm so glad you made it. I'm so glad you made it, honey. You know, these places that are sitting there roasting people, and I'm talking about hardcore roasting where you're really calling somebody, you know, a bitch and the C word and fat and you know, Michelin man. I've been called all kinds of stuff, which, you know, you can say all day long it doesn't hurt or whatever, but to a certain degree, you wonder to yourself, why would somebody do that? You know, they don't even know me. You know, but then I think to myself, you know what? This is YouTube, and I'm not going to let anybody stop me because I have a voice, and you may think I'm fat, but I'm comfortable in my body, and I really don't give a shit what you think. I've been married for almost 30 years. I'm a great mother. I have a homestead. I don't care what you think. I'm healthy and I'm happy. And if you don't like it, then, you know, keep talking your smack because it's not going to do anything to me because I really don't give a shit. But I'm not going to talk smack about you. I'm just not going to do it. Yeah, baby girl, I do a live every morning at the same time, and we, Monday through Friday, at 7 a.m. Central my time. Yeah, Harry, most of the time when people do stuff like that, they're really not happy with themselves, so we can't really take nothing to heart. The Lord made us all different. Yeah, you know, look, thank God we're not all robots and we all look alike, right? Because it'd be very fucking boring, right? It'd be very boring. Savage Dave says, I've been called some messed up names lately. Been a lot of shaming on YouTube lately. Yes, there has been, Savage Dave. There has been. you know, I just want to provide a place. Good morning, Sinful. Welcome. I want to provide a place where we can talk about these things and realize, you know, body shaming is not just us body shaming others. We also body shame ourselves. And so we're going to touch on this subject and we're going to talk about it for the next couple of days. Really delve into it and kind of figure out, you know, why, how to recognize when we're doing it to ourselves, and how to try to recognize not to do it to others, right? Because it hurts. That hurts people. Um, and you know, I'm guilty of it. You know, since reading over this stuff and everything, I have, and I'm not saying, you know, go and feel, you know, totally guilty. I mean, the thing is that when we read stuff and we research stuff and we see ourselves in it, and we do a self reflection, and we find in ourselves, okay, you know what, I've done that before, and I really, really don't want to be that kind of person. Then you recognize in yourself, and then you can make a change. Okay. Oh, it's 5:15 a.m. there, huh? Yeah, we're going back to Cali. 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 We're going back to Cali. I don't think so. Yeah. Oh, Crust got upset with you, Sue? I thought he got a. Oh, Harry, you're saying, yeah, Crust did get upset with you, Harry. I saw that. Yeah, it dumbfounds me too, Gina. You know, body shaming is the action or inaction of subjecting someone to humiliation and criticism for their bodily features. The scope of body shaming is wide, and it can include, although it's not limited to, fat shaming, shaming for thinness, small breast, large breast, height shaming, shaming of hair, hairiness, hair color, body shape, one's muscularity or lack thereof, shaming for the size of your penis, shaming of looks of your facial features, and in its broadest sense may even include shaming of tattoos and piercings or diseases that leave a physical mark such as psoriasis. So the first question would be, before we go into any more, is have any of you, and I'm pretty sure that most of you are going to say that sometime in your life you have been body shamed, or let's say you have body shamed yourself. I know personally for me, I have body shamed myself since I was a little girl because I didn't know another way to talk to myself. And so I'm going to have to retrain how I talk to myself and how I speak about myself. It can be very, very traumatizing, sinful, and we're going to get into that. I've done some research, and it's very, very traumatizing. It can also lead to severe depression and the S word. Um, I know that there are some content creators that make content, and what they do is they go after people, and that's what they do is they roast people. They tear them apart. They pick everything they do apart. Their looks, the way they speak, the way they talk, the way their nose looks, their ears, their hair, how they wear their hair, how many kids they have, everything everything is picked apart, and then they're called horrible, horrible names and just talked about ruthless and body shamed so bad that it makes, I'm not even the one being body shamed, but yet I feel bad. I feel bad for that person. Apple Snapple says it started with my mother. I ate cookies. She said too much cookies made too much apple. She did it with everything I ate. Oh, that's, yeah. I'm so glad my mother didn't do that. We weren't, you know, made to sit and eat everything on our plate. We were made to eat until we were full. So, I really never had that issue, and I'm glad that I didn't. Um, yes, Gina, even voices have been shamed. You're right. Baby girl says I'm not defending anybody, and I'm definitely not saying that doing that to anybody is right or okay to do. All I'm saying is that for some people, whenever they feel they have been, yeah, Wendy, okay, yeah, let's talk about that because I've had someone come at me and really tear me down as far as in words, and I didn't let that bother me. Um, I felt like if you got something to say, let's talk about this like adults. But if you want to call me names, then that'll be that. But and I'm okay with that. Now, if you come at me in another way, like someone else was talking about, I had sent malicious emails and things of this nature, in their opinion, um, and you come after my character in that aspect, then yeah, I'm gonna tear your ass apart. I'm gonna come after you, and yeah, I'll probably get into some body shaming. Because that's what we do as humans, isn't it? So that's why I'm saying is, I'm not saying it's right. Um, Definitely am I not saying it's right. I am saying that I've been guilty of it though, for sure. I was body shamed as a kid, and because of that, I didn't like myself for a long time. Yeah, you know, we I was body shamed as a kid. I didn't really think about it until I started looking at this stuff. And I started realizing that, I was short. I was built different. I grew faster than other girls grew. And so therefore I was body shamed for that. I was picked on very heavily for that. Good morning, baby. Good morning, Slap and Tickle. Baby girl says disrespected in any kind of way. Their natural reaction is to lash back at whoever they feel has disrespected them, and they use body shaming. Yes. Yeah, and we're going to talk about that. Um we're going to talk about, why we do that, baby girl. And a lot of times it's just, it's the easiest way to come at somebody. You get pissed off and you start talking about them. I know you come after me and that's what I do. That's my natural reaction, is to want to come back and be like, what the hell's wrong with you? You piece of shit, blah, blah, blah. Ask Slap and Tickle, he knows. That's my, that's my son right there. Yeah, cause I had every right to come back for that bullshit. You're right. I had every right to defend myself. And I was going to do everything I had to do to clear my name because the shit was bullshit. It's just the way that some people have been their whole lives and they don't know any other way to be. Now, personally, I feel that any kind of mean and disrespectful words about somebody else is wrong. Yeah. Yeah, baby girl. I totally agree that this is, and this is what we see in YouTube. Not only is it in our real lives, but it's in our YouTube lives too. Um, yeah, it body shaming is just, it affects everybody. It affects every one of us. Um, Let me see. Let me look at my notes here. Okay, so in April 2022, um, a student in psychology at Christ College did a paper called Body Shaming Stress on Adolescents Leading to Increased Rate of the S word among them. Okay? You know what the S word, right? We're not going to say the S word, but I'm sure everybody understands what that means. So she did a study, and this is how it goes. This is what it says. The World Health Organization defines an adolescent as any person between ages 10 and 19. Now, I got to thinking about this. You know, I'm just going to be honest, and we probably all know this. We'll probably agree on this. Kids are mean. Kids can be very, very mean, and kids start body shaming other kids at a very young age, okay? And we as parents have the ability, and we should keep an eye out for this and make sure we teach our children, because this is where it's going to start, okay, guys? It's going to start in the household with your own children. Our children emulate what they see, right? So, oh, Harry, let's see. All I wrote, we wanted him to stay longer. Yeah, yes, yeah, keep that in mind. I know you meant it as a joke. I wouldn't let it stop you from going back. You know, he's snapped like that at me before. I mean, he does it to the best of us. And you won't upset him. If you just have a question, I mean, I knew what you were saying, but, maybe he didn't. Sometimes he just takes things the wrong way. Yeah, thank you, baby girl. Yeah. Yeah. You know, that that was a very strange thing. I can look back at it now and be very peaceful about it and know that, it was very stressful then going through it, because man, I was body shamed. The only thing that I didn't get shamed over was my jam. But I was told that I was nothing but jam and trouble. In high school, I thought there was something wrong with me, because when I bought pants, I always had to let out the hems and take in the waist. I had a hard time with footwear too. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, everybody's shaped differently, and then things that we have to do, and we body shame ourselves. Yeah, I hate that. Yeah, that's right, baby girl. That's a great example. Um, you know, it was the way that it was taken. It wasn't received in the right manner. I knew it, and I saw it, and other people saw it. But yeah, I would say keep going back, Harry. He was just being a butt. Costa says a couple of months ago, a 12-year-old girl was harassed so bad at school about her hair, and her mom found her in the closet. Oh, God. She had been complaining to her mother all last year, wanted to go to another school, but mom said deal with it. Oh my gosh, that's terrible, Kaisa. That is exactly what this leads to. This body shaming. Um, we have to we have to start taking into account that we are teaching our children a new culture that is not good for them. We have to teach them that. And what's scary is that, we get behind keyboards and become keyboard warriors, and we type and we get behind the camera and we say whatever we want to say without any proof, without, lacking any kind of judgment, any kind of common sense, and you just want to say things, and you can't do that. I mean, you can, but people are going to come after you, and people are going to set the shit straight. Yeah, I don't think, yeah. Yeah, Harry. Yeah, I would go back. That happened in St. Louis. That is so sad. I'll be praying for that family. Yeah, so I struggle with this too because since I've been on medication, I've gained weight. But, I have to think of it too as I am the happiest I have ever been mentally. So I would rather be in a bigger waist size than I would to be mentally sick. And so when I look at myself, I really try to tell myself how beautiful I am, even when I don't feel it. Even when I don't feel it. And you are beautiful. Don't let anyone tell you. I like it. I like your videos too. You take me to the grocery store with you. And I played your little Christmas tune last night. Yeah, kids can definitely be vicious as adults as well. Yes. Yeah, this is something as parents we really need to pay attention to. We need to pay attention when our kids come to us and they tell us something, um, this serious. A lot of kids keep this stuff inside, and have a conversation with your kids. Figure out what's going on at school. Talk about their friends, and look, if you just open up to them and you have an open line of communication each day, then they'll open up to you and tell you about their friendships. My kids did. I always talk to my boys about everything. Um, I didn't keep any secrets. That's just the way we were. Um, I encourage you to have those conversations, even if it's with your grandchildren. You know, a lot of us in here have grandchildren. So, so body shaming, let's get back to this. Adolescents between 10 and 19 years old, and I was going to say that, kids start out being mean at a very young age. So I think this age right here is younger, but they started this, this is based on 10, 10 to 19. Um, Body shaming is the act of saying something negative about a person's body. It can be about your own body or someone else's. So the objective of this research was to find out the prevalence of body shaming among adolescents and the stress that they face that leads to the increased rate of the S word among them. The study was conducted with 50 students at 3 different schools. The results was a total of 75% of the population responded yes to being shamed about their appearance. It is to be seen that shaming is more among girls in co-ed as well as single gender schools. The S word tendency is prevalent in both genders in huge numbers, but girls have the urge more. So we see here that our girls, are at a higher risk of committing the S word okay, because of body shaming. That's true, Sue. Yeah. Yeah, yes. A lot of times it is all in our head. Like I said, the body shaming we do to ourselves. We're our own worst enemies, aren't we? We beat ourselves up. You are beautiful. You can do this. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't, because they are totally wrong. Don't ever get discouraged. Just keep it pushing and you will succeed. That's good. That is good, baby girl. I love it. Yeah. Yeah, that's right, baby girl. Yes, so it's something that we need to think about as our girls who get body shamed, right? Um, Body shaming has a myriad of negative consequences on mental health. Good morning, Chiffon. Good morning, honey. Adolescents who are body shamed have a significantly elevated risk of depression. Okay, and this may lead to eating disorders. Body shaming worsens outcomes for obese women attempting to overcome binge eating. It can cause dissatisfaction with one's body, which then can cause low self esteem. So here we go with the body shaming of ourselves, right? It can lead to low self esteem. And then, of course, you know, the other body shaming can lead you into eating disorders. It can also lead you into the S word, right? Okay, some more mental concerns from body shaming are these: anxiety. And this goes right into mental illness Mondays that we're talking about on Mondays. Anxiety, body dysmorphic disorder, depression, higher risk of self-harm or the S word, and a poor quality of life due to body dissatisfaction. And it also leads to psychological distress. Okay, so let's talk about that. So body shaming can lead to anxiety, body dysmorphic disorder, depression. These three, I suffer from anxiety. I've suffered from depression for years, since I was a child. And yes, I do take medicine. I talked about this Monday on our mental health show. And I take medicine every day at the same time. That way, I have it in my system and it works. Um, and I'm healthy and I'm happy, and I haven't been this happy or this mentally stable in over 12 years. Um, and one day I'll share my story. I obviously won't be able to share it in just one live. Um, it would take a long time to share my story, to share all my lovely experiences in this life. But that'll be one way we can get to know each other, is by uh, sharing pieces of myself with you guys. Oh, I like that, Gina. An ass is beautiful to an ass, and a pig to a pig. That's right. Okay, guys, so anxiety. Let's talk about anxiety, body shaming, and anxiety. When people call you names and stuff, and body shame you and talk about you. Let's say you're a teenager in high school and you have braces because you know, your teeth were a little crooked or messed up and you had to get braces. Um, you know, I can't recall how many kids I saw have braces and get picked on and body shamed for having braces. It was like, are you kidding me? They're getting their teeth fixed. They're able to pay to get their teeth fixed, and you're body shaming. But this is what teens do, they body shame. This is the only way they know how to lash out and hurt somebody else. And thank you, Chiffon. You're beautiful too, sweetheart. Yeah, baby girl. This is the kind of stuff that definitely needs to be talked about because most people won't talk about this kind of stuff and they hold it all inside, and holding it all in isn't good at all. My cousin would call me black and hit on me. You know, that's something I want to talk about, Chiffon, since you bring it up. And I know that um, some people won't understand where I'm coming from, maybe. But, you know, I was married to a black man. I had 2 children by him. Larry raised my boys as his own. When my first husband, and I divorced, my children were very young, and Larry raised them as his own. And I want to talk about that in the black community, the differences in the color of your skin, and how the black community body shames each other for the color of your skin, whether you're light or whether you're dark skinned. Is that what you're saying to me, Chiffon? Is that your cousin would call you black and hit on you because you were dark skinned? Yes. Yeah, I've done the same, honey. I've done the same. Exactly, Gina. A troll always thinks that another troll is the most perfect thing in the world. Okay, yes, Chiffon. That's what you're saying. Isn't that crazy, Chiffon? That, yeah. So, because you're dark skinned, they would treat you a little meaner. I've never understood that because I've always noticed that lighter skinned kids got treated differently. They got treated with some a little bit more favoritism, I would say, because they were light skinned and they had the green eyes, or they had the, you know, the light colored eyes, or they, what you would call the good skin. They had the good skin, the good hair, right? They didn't have the nappy hair. Uh huh. Yeah, Gina. Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? I mean, why? Why do that? But it happens. This is another act of body shaming that, you know, we really don't think about. We don't look at it as body shaming. We just kind of don't understand it. You know, why are you getting, you know, talked about and treated like that because of the color of your skin in your own in your own race, you know? Oh my gosh, they used to call you little blackie? Oh, chiffon. That's mean. So does that, you know, let me ask you this. Did you have problems with that? Did you have you know, issues of feeling low self-esteem because of the color of your skin, or did you fight against it? That's right. Black is beautiful. It was just in your family? Yeah. Girl, I'm sorry. I am so sorry to hear that. I've seen it happen, though. I saw it happen in my ex-husband's family. I sure did, because his grandfather was full-blood Cherokee Indian, and he married a dark-skinned black woman. But his first wife had been a mixed white lady. So when he had kids with her, her kids were light skin, red hair, and that's the line that my kids came from. And then he married the dark skinned lady, and they had kids. And so of course there was always the comparison between each other's colors of their skin, and I never could understand that. Sinful says, I grew up Hispanic in a Hispanic household, and I was body shamed because I was light skinned and my hair was straight. Oh, they called you the white girl. Oh, I'm so sorry. See, and it's hard when it comes from your own family. Yeah, it's hard when it comes from your own family. You're right, Harry. I rose up, became a cosmetologist, making women look beautiful. Yes, chiffon. That's a great career, too. I'm so proud of you for doing that. And I love your hair now, too. I think I told you that, but I'll tell you again. Yeah, yes. Okay, Highway Star, you have a good day. Hope you have a great one. See you tomorrow. Stay safe, everybody. Um, yeah, Sinful. That's, you know, oh goodness. As you're talking about that, my kids, I have a dark son and a light skinned son. My Paul was my light skinned son who passed away. And I can remember my grandmother asking me, was I going to shave TC's hair? And I asked her why. And she says, so people won't be able to tell that he's black. And I will never forget the look. I mean, I thought to myself, are you kidding me? I'm not shaving my baby's curls off. Are you crazy? I don't care if anyone knows he's black. That's my baby. And I married a black man. And my baby is beautiful. Better get the hell out of Dodge, Grandma. Love you, Grandma, but you can't be doing all that shit. You've been getting a lot of compliments, huh, girl? Bye, bye, bye. Bye, Highway Star. Highway Star. But yeah, yeah, I'm glad to see that, we can all come together and talk about this, because this is a very huge issue. Very huge issue. I mean, there are actually channels that devote. I guess I'm really trying to go towards that. I want to talk about body shaming ourselves and body shaming from others, but a lot of this has been on YouTube. Um, and it causes anxiety and depression. We've seen people leave YouTube because of this. And that's not cool. Nobody should leave something that they love to do because somebody hurt their feelings, or talked about them. I'm not gonna let nobody push me out. Not from something that I love and that has helped save me. Um, so anxiety, body dysmorphic disorder, depression, higher risk of self-harm or the S word, poor quality of life. Um, as a man thinketh, so is he. That's what the word says. As you think in your heart of who you are, so are you. So if you think that you're the worst human being in the world, guess what? You will be the worst human being in the world for yourself. But if you think that you try your hardest and you work your ass off and you know what you put into things, then guess what? That will follow you too. But if you're lazy and you don't do shit and you just want people to give, and you keep on expecting somebody to do something for you just because you think you're out doing something, then, whatever. But let me see the chat. My mom hardly ever took me out. Oh, that's sad, Sinful. I'm so sorry to hear that, honey. That's not right. That's not right, honey. Do you have kids, Sinful? Do you have kids now yourself? Yes. Yes, baby girl, Wendy. They don't even freaking know you at all. They truthfully don't know diddly fucking squat about you, and that's a damn shame. You're right. They don't know anything about me. They think they know shit about me. Hell, they claimed I had 7 cats. I don't even have cats. Oh, Sinful. I'm so glad you brought that up because we just talked about forgiveness, right, the other day. Um, so I'm happy to hear that. I'm really happy to hear that. I'm hoping that you can take those things and I'm hoping that she can change her behavior and that your expectations of her are met. That's what I pray for you. I'm so glad that y'all are getting together after all this time. That's exactly right, Sue. Yes, you're right, because, it's natural. We're always going to be critical of things, but it's how you choose to handle those thoughts that count, you know. Oh, Sinful honey. Sometimes it's good to cry and let it out, girlfriend. Just let it out. We're here for you. We're here for you at Honeybees. We are here for you, honey. So you don't have children. Okay. Okay. I'm so sorry you're going through this, but you know what? I'm so happy to hear that there's a reconciliation coming between you and your mother, and I'm hoping that it all goes well for you, honey. You will definitely be in my prayers. Oh, you were afraid to have kids? Oh, honey. Yeah, I can understand that. That's sad, though, that you didn't take that opportunity. But I mean, yeah, so I have my cats are dressed up as chickens. Yes, instead of meowing, they go. Rrr, rrr, rrr. Honeybees just don't realize that our chickens are really cats in disguise. Hey, Tiffany, welcome, welcome. We have been talking about body shaming, and we've been talking about a study that was done. I've been doing some research, and we're going to talk about this for a couple of days. Um, but someone did a research, and between the ages of 10 and 19, and they said that girls are more likely to commit the S word because of body shaming. Um, And they were saying that mental health concerns associated with body shaming include anxiety, body dysmorphic disorder, depression, a higher risk of self-harm, or the S word. It can cause a poor quality of life or psychological distress. Yes, Harry, that's the issue. They don't understand psychological damage that they do to your own child. Yes. Yeah. And a lot of times, we parent how we were parented sometimes, and that's not the way to go sometimes. And sometimes we just parent as we go. Yes, honey. Yes. Forgiveness is not about her, it's about you. You forgive her for you, not for her, okay? And we talked about that the other day. Maybe you can go back and watch that live chat that we talked about forgiveness, because I explained forgiveness very well. Yeah, Tiffany. Yeah, yeah, I know that that must take a toll on you because I've heard. I've done my research, and I've heard what people say. I've heard what people say about all kinds of people. It's terrible. And the age of these people just really, it trips me out. Here we're talking about this study that was done between 10-year-old and 19-year-old. I'd like to see a study done between the ages of 35 and 60, let's say, on how people of that age body shame each other. Because I'm curious to know, like, why do people, what do you get out of body shaming me? What do you get out of body shaming me, calling me fat? Why do you have to talk about my double chin? Do you think I can't see that I have a double chin? Everyone in my family had a fucking double chin. Okay, what am I supposed to do? If you don't like my double chin, do you want to pay for me to go have surgery and have the double chin removed? I mean, if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but that's the way God made me. Take it up with him. If you don't like my teeth, take it up with him. I didn't make my teeth. I didn't do that. I just grew into who God created me to be, right? So, you know, I don't, this is the way I feel. I don't care if you talk about me or whatever. I just wonder what are you getting out of it? Like, do you lay in bed at night and think about what the fuck you're going to sit and say about me for 8 hours the next fucking day? Is this what you do? You talk about me not having a life, but yet you sit for 8 hours on a live and you talk about me and you talk about my life. Come on now. And it is the most extreme body shaming that I've ever heard. And that's not just on your channel, it's for other people's channel. I've seen this happen in the last 2 years, almost 3 years that I've been on YouTube. I've seen this happen so many times. And I see people's lives, people get up there and they're arguing and calling each other names and, this and that. And why do that? We're all adults. Why can't we have a positive conversation that's going to produce some kind of positive outcome versus talking all this negative shit? Look, I'm not saying that I don't talk shit sometimes, because I do. I am a shit talker. That's what I like to do. I like to talk shit. But I'm a very serious person too. And I want to be known for having a great sense of humor, don't get me wrong, but I'd rather be known for, wow, Honeybees really had a great head on her shoulders, and she was sweet and loving and kind and wanted to help people. That's what I'm about. I want that story to be written versus, she was always funny and she was talking shit about people. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Simple. I'm too grown to search. You're saying you're too grown to search for love now. Love me, and that's what matters. She might not. Well, you know what? She might not know how to love. Some people don't know how to love, and maybe she was body shamed. Maybe she was shamed too, and so you have to take into account some of the things that people have gone through. We may not know about. They may not tell us about or share with us. Um, you know, and maybe she was body shamed, and so therefore she passed it down to you. Um, I mean, I've heard kids say all kinds of stuff. Parents being mean to their kids, about eating. Um, I don't know. I never talked to my kids like that. They were boys, and when we got home, they would do homework and they would have a snack, and then they went outside to play. My kids were outside kids. And, oh, thank you, Krista. Welcome, Krista. Welcome, welcome. I'm so glad you came. We'll be talking about body shaming for the next couple of days, y'all. Um, I think this is a very serious subject. I think this starts when we're very young, body shaming ourselves, and then, we grow up doing that, and then we grow up body shaming others. Um, and I want to talk about how we can deal with this, and I want to talk about how we can teach our children, because that's where it's going to start. That's where it's going to start, is talking to our children and showing them that it's not okay if you hear your children talking about another child and you hear body shaming. You should nip it in the bud. That's where it's going to start, is you being a parent. If you overhear your girls sit and talking about another little girl, nip it in the bud. Don't allow it to keep going on and on. Right? Hey, Judith Navarro, good morning. Welcome, welcome. We're talking about body shaming today. Sometimes, look, we're all guilty of it, Tiffany. I know for sure I am. I probably used to say to my boys, "Oh my God, where's that food? Where's that food going? Your feet are getting bigger." Um, they might have been shamed over their feet or something. I mean, who knows? They never said that to me, but I'm just using that as an example. But, you know, I used to mess with my boys. I'd be like, take for instance, when they started getting arm hair, I'd be like, oh my gosh, my son's turning into a man. Look at that. He's got a hair up under his arm. Oh, look at that. He's got a hair on his chin. Look at him. He's fixing to have to start shaving, Daddy. Yes, Tiffany, I would say that needs to change because, yeah. Well, first of all, it's our job as parents, to take care of our babies and take care of their teeth and all these things. And so, you just have to be, uh, don't shame him over that. We have to be the ones that are held responsible for that. Not being mean, not saying that, it's because of you that this happened. I mean, I took my kids to the dentist. And TC has more problems with his teeth. And you know why? Drugs. Drugs. His teeth have really it has taken a toll on his mouth. Oh, thank you, Tiffany. Yes, I want to bring awareness because, body shaming hurts. There are kids, there are people who commit the S word because they hurt. and because people are shaming them. And, you know, I mean, I don't like my double chin neither. I never have liked my double chin, but I can't do nothing about it. There's no exercise that's going to get rid of my double chin, y'all. I have talked and talked and moved my chin, and it still don't go nowhere. So it is what it is. My mother had one, my sister has one, my brother has one. You know, that is the way it is. I have a double chin. And I just hope you love me even with my double chin. But no, Tiffany, you know, we have to be careful about, you know, the way we talk to our kids. I mean, it's just and don't beat yourself up over it. You know, don't do that. Just recognize, you know, start to recognize in yourself when you're about to say something that if you're about to body shame or not, because seriously, we just don't think about it. I think sometimes even if we say it in a way we think isn't shameful, they may feel different. And I'm really bad at the feelings thing with my boys. I guess maybe that is something I took from my dad. Yeah. Yeah. And look, you know how I've raised two boys. It's not easy trying to figure out what's what with the boys. I mean, you really literally have to go second to second sometimes, honey. Yeah, baby girl, I've always taught my kids before you say anything at all bad about somebody else, stop and think about how you would feel if somebody would say the exact same thing about your brother or sister. Yeah, exactly. Oh, hey, Dagmar. Oh, I'm glad you stopped in, honey. I'm glad you stopped in. Yes, Judith, because if the kids are shamed at home, they take that hurt to school and bully someone. Yes, yes. It is. This is a recurring thing that happens over and over and over. It is passed down. But also, let me just say this, there are some kids who may not see it at home, but they may see it at school. And if you hear your child coming home and saying things of that nature and it's out of pocket, then, you need to address it right then. You know what I'm saying? You address it right then. But, and kids are kids. Don't yell or scream at them, but just talk to them. Don't scream, oh, stop doing that or whatever. No, discuss why you're talking to them about this why you're having this conversation. Talk to them about body shaming. Oh, that's okay, Tiffany. Vic fell asleep on my live yesterday. He sure did. I'll be right back. Let me get me some coffee. Y'all talk for a second. Okay, guys, I'm back. Yeah, Vic he fell asleep on my live yesterday morning, y'all. Hilarious. Hilarious. I was like, what the hell? Vic's gonna come on my live and fall asleep. He done fell asleep on his live, and I carried his ass. Crazy butt. Okay, guys, I'm gonna drop my link. I'm in and out taking care of business. Okay, Chiffon. That's fine, girl. Um, that's right, Gina. He can't laugh at Krusty for sleeping. Everyone's fallen asleep lately, huh? Yes, kids learn so much from school. Yes, yes, they do. And that's why we have to be on top of their asses. If you look, your child, They spend 8 hours a day at school. You think about that. Think about that. They spend 8 hours a day at school. You have a couple of hours with them in the evening time before they, take their showers, eat, get ready for bed, and you start it all over. You have to be on top of that stuff. Excuse me. Oh, thank you, girl. Yeah, I have another video coming out, guys, on Jimmy Dean sausage. I am canning Jimmy Dean sausage, and so I will be uploading that here in the next 2 hours. Y'all go check that video out. It's a long video. I did have to edit it out because it was really long, but I think you guys will enjoy it, and hopefully soon we will do a live. I've got some sales that were in the newspaper yesterday, not the newspaper, but the sales ads yesterday. Butter is on sale, chicken is on sale, pineapples are on sale. So I'm gonna can some butter. I'm gonna can some pineapple jam, and I think I'm gonna do a live show doing the pineapple jam, and then I'm going to can some ugly chicken. So I'm going to be pretty busy. We'll be pretty busy, and we have a lot of videos coming out, and I'm excited. I'm so excited that all of you guys are here. I really, really thank you guys. If anyone would like to come up on panel, I usually spend the first hour or so on the topic, and I want to invite people up on the panel. If you want to talk. I'm going to come up on the panel myself so I can go outside and smoke. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Krista. Anytime. You are welcome here. Anytime. Oh, you're so welcome, honey, baby girl Wendy. You are so welcome. I am so glad that you were able to come, and I hope you keep coming. We're going to talk and cover a lot of topics. A lot of topics. We're going to have trivia. I figured I'd do a trivia this month, uh, once a month, to where I could send out whoever wins the trivia gets a free jar of jam if they feel comfortable in sharing their address with me so I can mail it to them for free. Um, we're going to have fun. We'll have one day where we just shoot the shit, and maybe, a little body shaming may go on, but we'll be okay. I'm not going to lie. I appreciate you too, baby girl Wendy. Ooh, time for a cigarette. Oh, good, Harry. Well, I was so glad to see her here. Yes, Kaisa. Yes. So whoever wins is going to be fun. What you talking about, girl? What you talking about, Chiffon? I'm not going to talk about nobody. No. You have no problem with that, Gina? You have a P.O. box? Oh, shit, you're backstage.
Okay, okay, sorry. Hey, where are you at? Hold on. Okay, private chat. Where are you at? I don't see you. Oh, yay. Okay, there you are. Add to stream.
Hey
Hey, girl.
everybody! I'm so excited to do a little cameo in your
Yeah,
live stream. I love you. You're awesome.
thank you, honey. You're awesome too. Thank you.
You're
Judith says,
welcome.
honeybees. Let's see, honeybee, do you sell your jam? And if so, how do you go about it? Judith, if you want to contact me, if you want to email me, I will sell it. I don't usually sell it, but I will sell it. If you pay for shipping and handling, and you can contact me. It's cooking mama 49 at gmail.com. I think it's in my about section. If it's not, I'll go put my email in my about section. But yeah, so I'm going to be having trivia and once a month, Tiffany, and I'll send out free jam to the winner.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, I think
Hmm.
as a friend of Honeybees, I think that we should encourage her to start selling her jam because if we can get her enough revenue, if we can get her enough revenue, you
That's
know,
right.
you can start making some money. But because you have to go to school, sorry, because, then you can start making money off of it too. And, that would be good. And
Baby girl Wendy.
maybe put like a little, like a directions or something, how to can, or I don't know, something sweet, like a little note in each thing, or I don't know, like to make it original. I don't know, but I think that it's extraordinary what you do, and I couldn't do it, girlfriend. I don't know how you
Well,
do
thank you. Thank you. It's fun.
Seriously.
It's fun, girl. It is so much fun. It relaxes me. I just absolutely, if you can it, I'm going to can, especially if I eat it. I'm all about, I'm not going to can it if I can't eat it.
I was showing my mom, I sent her the link last night, and we actually watched it together. And she was like, because my great grandma, she died when she was 98 years old.
Oh,
And
wow.
yes, but up until she was 96, she canned. The last 2 years, she was really sick, so she couldn't. But she
Yeah.
canned food until she was 96 years old. So when I
I'll
when I
tell you.
see, go ahead.
Yeah, I'll tell you, it'll last. Canned food will last up on your shelf. I mean, of course, I'm a prepper. I live on a homestead. I'm not saying every homesteader is a prepper,
Yeah,
but that's what we do. And we've done it for the last 7 years. I'm not saying we hoard food. We don't hoard. We use what we buy, and
right,
we just
right.
we rotate it out. But yeah,
Well,
yeah,
isn't the
Judith, it's
purpose
hard to, yeah, it's
isn't
hard to find homemade jam anywhere.
well, right, and isn't the purpose to kind of hoard it? I mean, shit. What if
Yeah,
something happens?
yes, yeah. That's the thing is that take for instance, there's just news out there now that potatoes and rice and the prices of stuff. I mean, you can't get a head of lettuce without paying $5 for it now.
Exactly.
Um, and so rice, I've got rice put up, I've got beans put up, there's certain way that you can store things, and that's what I want to show on my channel.
Exactly. So my mom and I were watching it, and she was like, "This is your friend?" I'm like, "Yeah, mom." I was like, "Yeah, we talk personally." She was like, "Oh yeah, you have a good choice of friends, Tiff." Because I'd never listened to her like when I was younger. I'm like,
Yeah,
I don't
of
want to do that
course.
shit.
Of
But
course.
she made me though. She made me watch her, and I never learned. I'm not even gonna lie, I didn't pay attention. I hated
Oh,
that shit.
girl, you want to know how I learned? I taught
How?
myself.
Oh gosh, really?
I
How'd
taught
you do that?
myself. I decided that I wanted to learn how to can, and I looked up every YouTube video that you could find on canning,
That's
and I would
awesome.
watch it. And I could hardly find any videos that showed the full scale of canning because it takes so long.
Yeah, right?
Just like the video I was just editing this morning, it was 54 minutes long. And I knew, you're not going to sit there for an hour and watch this shit. I mean, some people might, but for me, I want something with, 20, 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And so I got it edited down to, I think, 35, 40, something like that. But it's on canning Jimmy Dean sausage.
Whew, I can't wait to watch it, girl. I can't wait.
Yeah. And I'm going to be
Can't wait.
doing pineapple jam. I've got strawberry jam, baby girl Wendy.
And I'm not sure how to say her name. Is it sinful honeybees?
Sinful. Uh-huh.
Okay. You are enough. Gina is correct. You are enough.
Yes,
Um,
sinful. You are enough. Yeah.
you are enough. And I think a lot of us we forget that. And I'm not trying to like make it about me or anything like that, but I do want you guys to know that you are not alone. As
Yeah.
happy and vibrant. Many of you've seen me from the very beginning, and a lot of people tell me, and I'm not going to lie, it does get to me like, oh, I miss how you used to be. Yeah, well, I think any person that's dragged and, if
Through
it
the
was just,
mud.
yeah, like if it was just on social media and didn't enter my real life, it may have been different. But having child
But it
protective service,
does. How can it not enter
yeah,
your real life?
right.
I
Well, what I
mean,
mean by that is like when they call child protective service, it like stuff like
exactly.
that. They take it
Yeah.
far, they don't just body shame and leave it at that. They body shame and parent shame and um,
Right. We're going to get
like
into all that, girl. We're going to talk about all this because
yes, yes,
it's crazy. It's crazy the things that people say and people do on
yeah,
YouTube, just on YouTube. This is not
right,
I'm talking about, we already have to deal with this shit in real life between real life
exactly,
people.
exactly, and
Um,
it's sad. It's sad because like when my older sons when they first seen it, like I tried getting Michael to talk about it, but he wouldn't, of course. And I
yeah,
wasn't going to force him. I was already excited he was with me on YouTube, so I wasn't going to force him. But I was like, how'd you feel when you seen it, because he's the one who's seen it. And he was like,
yeah,
I don't know, mom. But he just gave me that look like, don't even,
right, right.
so I just let it go. But that shit's like not even hurt.
That
It's
shit
not only
hurts.
hurtful, yes. And like when they do it to Maddie, because you're right, it's not only me. And some people they do it worse.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, girl.
and it's like I could not imagine it being worse than what it is now. So I almost have to thank God that it is what it is now instead of being worse. Because
Yeah,
I
Stefan.
I could
Sinful
be in
says
a
she used to cry a lot.
yeah,
And Stefan says she used to cry a lot too.
yes, me too.
Crying can be very, very healing.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Yes, it can. But it can also feel, on the other side of that spectrum, it can also feel like you're breaking down. For some people, like for myself, when I cry, it feels like, does anybody else feel that way? Where when you cry, it feels like a piece of you is coming out with the tears, like you're
Yeah.
losing something about yourself.
You're losing a piece of, yeah, because like you said a few minutes ago, the person says to you, I wish you were who you used to be, and you're like, I'm not who I used to be because pieces of me have been taken away.
Yes. Yes, that's perfect. And it's like,
Pieces of me have been just, taken away because people are body shaming me. People are parent shaming me. They're shaming you in every way possible.
yeah. And it's you expect that shit for people that are famous and people that are in the limelight and whatever, but you don't expect that from people who have 100, 200 subscribers. And I think what happens is people get so envious when they see a light in you that they don't have, and they want to dim that light. They want to dim that light. And it's not about being better, I don't, in my
No,
opinion, because, even now,
no,
I
because
don't feel.
everybody's different.
There
Everybody's
you
got
go.
different content.
Yep.
Everybody's got different stuff. We got different skills.
Yes. And we
That's
all
what
look
makes us all
different.
unique.
Exactly. And we all look different. And just like you had said to me once, I mean, God made us with different fingerprints. None of us
That's
are the same.
exactly right. Yep.
So if he did that I'll never forget. I think that was the first conversation we had, personally. And you had mentioned that to me. You said, girl, God gave us different fingerprints. I mean, he put
Mm-hmm.
a stamp on us that no one else could. And that's the only stamp that should be put on us. Like,
That's exactly right.
yeah, and that may not have been the exact words because, girl, my ADHD, I remember the meaning. You know what I'm saying?
We love you too, Chiffon. I love you, Chiffon. Harry tried to come up, but then he popped back down. I tried to let him up.
Oh, come on, Harry. And yes, we love you so much, Siobhan. You my sister. Sister, sister. I was wondering where Indie Mom was. I've been trying to get a hold of MJ, but, you
I
know,
don't know. She might have not been feeling good.
she been
I didn't
sick.
text
Yeah.
her this morning. She didn't feel good yesterday, so
Have you been
um
seeing the stuff going on about MJ? What they're
no,
doing to
girl.
him? Oh, yeah. They
No.
are.
Is it body shaming too or just
Yes, it's body
oh,
shaming. They are actually pulling up his past, like a warrant he had in the past, and it was like a family bodily harm to a family member, and the people, of course, they twist it and say it must have been his wife, domestic violence.
oh
No,
my
if it
gosh.
was, it would have said domestic violence. You know what I mean? Like, come on, so like they took that, personal information and posted it and then body shamed him on how he looked in his mugshot. And it's like, come on, man, not everybody has no record. And he's a black
Mhm.
man, okay? He
Mhm.
has been, there were times when he was innocent but pulled over. You know what I
Well,
mean?
of course, because that's profiling. My boys, because of the color of their skin, they were done the same way here in this small town.
Exactly. So how can you
Yep.
sit there and judge this man when you don't even know if he was barely, given a shot? You know,
Mhm.
he's a middle-aged black man with a white, wife, uh, about to be ex-wife that he's battling with. So, come on, you know what I mean?
Hey,
Like,
Harry.
he's already in the situation dealing with that, and now these people. Hey, Harry. I think he's buffering a little bit, sweetheart.
Yeah, yeah, he's buffering.
But now he's in a situation where people are judging the way he looks, and
Oh,
they're.
that's sad. I hate that. I hate
Yes,
that because it makes people want to give up and leave. And you know what? I'm too fucking hard-headed.
me too, girl.
I am too fucking hard-headed to give up and leave. I've done been through too much shit
Me
to
too,
give
girl.
up and leave. I'm not going to give up and leave. You can call me Michelin, double chin, fat ass, lord ass. You can call me whatever the hell you want to call me. You can call me a bitch. You can call me whatever. I don't care.
And you know what I
I
don't
don't care because
understand?
you know what? You know what? I can be a bitch. And if you want to call me a bitch, I'll be a bitch for you.
Oh my God, you're so
That's
funny.
that's just the way I feel. I will be, I am sweet as honey.
Yes,
But
you
don't
are.
fuck with me. I will sting you like a bee.
Yes, you will.
That's why my name is Honeybees. It fits my daddy named me Melissa and it fits me perfectly.
Yes, it does. It does fit you perfectly, actually. It really does.
Yep.
And you're just,
MJ is a sweetheart and he doesn't deserve that. He does
thank
not.
you.
Nobody deserves that.
No, none of us do. And even,
None of us
listen,
deserve that.
a lot of us don't like each other, okay? I mean, the
Yeah,
panel,
I'm a priest of evil, right? Dagmar
oh
says
my
I'm a
God.
priest. I'm an evil honeybees.
That was crazy when I seen that. I could not believe that.
I've
Seriously.
been called an ordained priest.
That I know that was crazy. To be honest with you, I didn't even know who they were talking about because of that comment.
Do you know that there can't be any ordained female priest? You
I
do know that,
know.
right? Talk about body shaming. What the fuck?
I know, right? It's crazy, girl. It's crazy and it's sad. It truly is sad.
Uh, Baby girl said you could call me whatever in the hell you want to call me, just don't call me late for dinner. That's
That's
me too,
funny.
girl. I love my food too damn much. I like to eat.
I like to eat too, y'all. I feel y'all on
Oh,
that one.
I'm making stuffed bread tonight, y'all.
Oh my God. You're an
I'm
a-hole.
gonna
You're
have
making me all hungry.
I'm trying to get Harry in here, man. It won't go through, Harry.
Harry, it might be your service, sweetheart.
It must be because he usually is able to come through. But
Yeah,
yeah, I'm making stuffed bread tonight. I think I'll record it because I can't find a recipe for stuffed bread anywhere online.
right.
And this stuffed bread is, oh my God, it'll make you slap your mama. If she if my mama wasn't in heaven, I'd
Oh
slap
my
my
goodness.
mama. But she's the one who showed me. My mama's the one that taught me the recipe, and it came down from her mother. And I'm sorry, Harry. I'm sorry. Oh, look, slapping tickles in here, and he said it's so damn good. Stuffed bread. That's my son.
Hey, Slap and Tickle.
Don't you just love his name?
Yes, I do. And by the way, I did try to text you yesterday. Did you happen to get it or no?
No. You must be texting the wrong number, girl.
No, I think it's my phone. So do me a favor after this live and give me a call or a
Mm-hmm.
text. So
Yeah,
that
yeah,
way,
I'll do that.
yeah, because I want to talk to you about a couple things, you know, personal.
Okay.
Not bad, but let me
Okie
turn this
dokie,
TV
girl.
down.
Well, girl, I'm about to end this. I figure I've been on here an hour and a half,
Okay, baby.
and I'm gonna. I'll be back tomorrow, guys. With we're gonna keep on talking about body shaming because I think this is a topic that we all have dealt with. This is something that touches every single one of us, and we want to talk about it more. And you guys, I've got some trivia printed up. And so it's going to be a Christmas trivia. So be on your P's and Q's where it comes to Christmas. And it will be sometime next week. I won't tell you when. You'll just have to show up and
Good idea.
do the trivia and let's have fun. And so Gina, I buy the loaves of bread out of the freezer section and I let them proof and I knead them out, and I cook hamburger meat, Jimmy Dean sausage with onion and bell pepper as the base, and I put that down the middle of the bread, and then I layer it with pepperoni, mushrooms, cheese, olives, jalapeno peppers, really whatever you want in your stuffed bread you can have, and everybody gets their own loaf, and it is good. It's something that I only cook like once a year. Baby girl Wendy's on a roll, huh?
All
Yeah,
right, you guys.
guys.
Well, I'm gonna get off here so you can say bye to everybody and stuff. But I
Okay,
love you, and
honey,
I'll
I'm so
talk to you
glad you
soon.
came up. I love
Me
you
too.
too. So glad you
Talk to you
came up.
soon. Talk to you
Okay,
soon, baby.
dear.
Bye bye.
Okay, bye. Love you too, baby girl Wendy. Love you too. It is delicious, Gina. I'll make sure I get a video um of me working my tail off doing it. But it's fun. It's fun and it's so good. It's just the prep work that takes a little while, getting everything together. I like to use fresh mozzarella. So I have whole mozzarella that I have to grate. Um, of course, pepperonis, cheese. I like cheddar cheese. Yeah. You too, Judith. You have a wonderful day, honey. Everybody, I'm going to ask to hit that like button as you're going out today. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Think about what we talked about today. Do some self reflection as far as in body shaming, especially when it comes to yourself. We tend to body shame ourselves a lot, and we need to stop doing that. We need to start talking nice to ourselves, lift each other, instead of just lifting each other up, lift yourself up. Sometimes you gotta lift yourself up by your big girl panties and pull yourself up by the bootstraps, right? No, I've never made mozzarella, Gina, but I would love to. I bet you it is amazing. Fresh mozzarella like that. Yes. I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Hit that Cash App if you want to, if you've had a wonderful time, a wonderful chat. I've got my coffee fund going, and I hope you guys join me tomorrow to continue our talk. And Sinful Honey, I will be thinking about you. I just lift you up and I cover you with grace, and I thank God for you. And you're going to make it, girlfriend. You're going to be just fine. And I hope this reconciliation goes exactly the way you want it to go. Okay, honey? Much love to you, Dagmar. I appreciate you, honey. And you guys be looking out for my new video of pressure canning Jimmy Dean sausage. Okay, guys? Okay, y'all. Until next time, until in the morning, y'all have a wonderful day. God bless y'all. Honeybees out.